Hello, can you hear me? Hello, and welcome to our live coverage as the final structural beam is placed on the Ferland Engineering, Education, and Design Center here at the University of Maine. Hello, I'm Jeff Mills, President and CEO of the University of Maine Foundation, and I'm coming to you live from Buchanan Alumni House. In a few moments, we'll be going out to the area where the center is about to have the beam go onto the top to finish this piece. And many of you know that we have a lot going on here at the University of Maine with planning with all of this going on during a pandemic. Also, we had to make sure that the construction crew was on schedule, and we also had to deal with whether or not we would have good weather for the day that we finally do this. So because of that, some of the activity that you'll see today, we pre-taped just to make sure that they were ready. And we weren't sure if we would be able to have the president live or not because we weren't sure what day this was actually going to take place on because of all of the things that I just mentioned. But we are very fortunate that along with her tape remarks, she is here to welcome you now. So if you would join me in welcoming the president of the University of Maine, Joan Farini-Monday. Joan.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And I'll just be very brief because you'll see me on video in a moment. But what a happy day, how exciting this is that we're able to witness this event, historic for all of us. And I'm deeply grateful to all of you who've been a part of supporting this effort and that you're here with us to share in this terrific day.
Thank you, Joan. There have already been 78 alumni who have been working on the design and construction of the Ferland Center. So we're very pleased that we are able to have so many Black Bears that have already been able to help us to make this dream into a reality today. Also, to make this dream into a reality, it wouldn't be possible without the support of many different people that have helped with this project. And I wanted to recognize and talk about a little bit of about that today. Donors to the Ferland Center here set new records for private capital fundraising for the support of the University of Maine. We had our $208 million Vision for Tomorrow comprehensive campaign that ended on June 30th, which was a record-breaking amount. We hoped to raise at least 200 million, and we went over that goal by raising 208. Also, this is the largest fundraising capital project in the University of Maine system history. A record 78 million in private and public funds were raised for the Ferland Center, including support from more than 500 alumni, friends, corporations, foundations, and the great state of Maine. Skowhegan natives Jim and Eileen Ferland provided the $10 million naming gift. Jim is a retired power industry executive with a degree in mechanical engineering from the great class of 1964. We are fortunate to have 5 additional donations for this project of over $1 million. I would like to thank Dr. Denham Ward, UMaine class of 69, and Debbie Lipscomb, trustees of the Abigadasset Foundation, the board of the Gustavus and Louise Pfeiffer Research Foundation, Mark Calzan, president and CEO of the Packaging Corporation of America, and Michael Papp, general manager of Pratt & Whitney's North Berwick, Maine plant. A special thank you to the Harold Alfond Foundation, which capped the Ferland Center project with their investment for our final naming gift. All of this money was raised before the transformational gift that you may have heard of from the Harold Alfond Foundation of the $240 million that they are giving as a grant for the University of Maine system. So you'll be hearing a lot more of that about that in the near future. But all of this happened even before that. So when you look at the $208 million that was raised already by June 30th, on top of that, we have now received a $240 million grant from the Harold Alfond Foundation, which we will be leveraging as we move into the near future. Ongoing construction of this project would not be possible without the great success of our engineering college, and nothing exemplifies better what UMaine is all about than our Dean of the College of Engineering, and that is Dana Humphrey. And now I'm very pleased to turn this over to Dana as he'll lead us through the next part of this program today. Dana, take it away.
Generation of UMaine engineers. The design of this amazing project has been a partnership between WBRC Architect Engineers in Bangor and Ellenswig in Boston. Construction has now been underway since May, led by Consigli Construction. Thanks to the great technology folks here at the University of Maine, we'll be live streaming for the next 30 minutes and playing pre-recorded videos. We'll have remarks from UMaine President Joan Farini-Monday and University of Maine System Chancellor Dan Malloy. After the ceremony is over, we'll post the videos to the University of Maine Foundation website so you may view them again later. You'll also find videos from WBRC, Ellenswig, and Consigli that details design and construction of this project, as well as the link for the construction webcam. Please share these links with your friends.
The University of Maine recognizes that it is located on Marsh Island in the homeland of the Penobscot Nation, where issues of water and territorial rights and encroachment upon sacred sites are ongoing. Penobscot homeland is connected to the other Wabanaki tribal nations, the Passamaquoddy, Maliseet, and Micmac, through kinship, alliances, and diplomacy. The university also recognizes that the Penobscot Nation and the other Wabanaki tribal nations are distinct, sovereign, legal and political entities with their own powers of self-governance and self-determination.
The tradition of the beam topping ceremony is rooted in Scandinavian heritage and many other cultures. The spruce symbolizes a safe and successful build and a blessing upon future tenants. It's appropriate to celebrate Maine's natural heritage and the research UMaine faculty conduct in all our signature areas, including forestry and the environment, marine sciences, the College of Engineering, advanced materials for infrastructure and energy, climate change, STEM education, and the Honors College. A painted beam was made available in January for the UMaine community, design team, construction crew, and their families to sign. A time capsule was welded in place to contain notes from donors to future generations of UMaine engineers. Beth Sturdivant, retired president of CCB Inc. and a member of my Dean's Advisory Council and the UMaine Board of Visitors, came to campus to sign the beam. We asked Beth to reflect on this project.
Beth, it's great to see you.
Hi, Dana. It's great to see you as well. It's great to be in Orono today to see the progress on the Ferland Engineering Education and Design Center. It looks fantastic.
Now, before we go out to the construction site, let me show you a time-lapse video of photos from Consigli's construction camera from the time of the demolition of the machine tool lab in May of 2020 to present.
It's amazing to see this dream become a reality.
Now, Beth, you served on the Dean's Council from the beginning of this project. And I remember back in November of 2013 when Peter McKinney moved, and then you seconded the motion to begin fundraising for the Engineering Capital Projects Fund. What was the board's motivation?
Well, Dana, we listened to you. You were constantly and always advocating for engineering and training and educating engineering talent for the state of Maine and for Maine businesses. And Dana, you've led record enrollment in the College of Engineering.
Our graduates are in great demand. 99% of our graduates are fully employed within 6 months of graduation. And each year in Maine, there's over 1,300 job postings for engineers. A real turning point for our campaign for the building was the Engineering Workforce Summit held in Lewiston in September of 2016.
Yes, that was the catalyst for bipartisan support by the legislature and the governor for the $50 million appropriation by the state of Maine in July of 2017. That really was the beginning for this project becoming a reality.
I got this incredible news from about the state of Maine support when I was actually alone in my tent in the pouring rain on the Appalachian Trail in Pennsylvania.
Well, I'm sorry you were alone and wet. But anyway, well, we continue to celebrate and thank the people of the state of Maine for this investment. The Ferland Center will have a tremendous return on investment for this state.
I'm so grateful to CCB Incorporated and all of our industry partners like Pratt & Whitney, Packaging Corporation of America, and Texas Instruments for your advocacy and for the internships and co-ops they continue to offer our students, as well as the many donors who give scholarship support.
Yes, my company hired a lot of great talent out of the University of Maine College of Engineering. People such as Mark Belanger, who purchased the company for me, along with Sean Ferguson. And we've hired great talent like Tony Giacomuzzi. Tony came to CCB as a laborer in the field for us before he had made the decision to come to the university. He then came to the university, got his degree in mechanical engineering, and now he's a project manager for CCB, building a great career in Maine.
I'm so happy to hear that. And upon your retirement, CCB presented $100,000 to name the CAD/CAM classroom in your honor in the new Ferland Engineering Education and Design Center.
You know, I'm very pleased to be able to have given this gift to the university, but this isn't just in honor of me, it's in honor of all the people that work for CCB. You know, it takes a lot of people to make a company successful and to build a business, and I am grateful for my career, and that career was started with the help of my education from the University of Maine.
Now, before we go out to sign the beam, I've got something I want to share. Do you know what this is?
Well, yes, that's a Crosby clip. We use that in steel erection all the time.
Exactly. And it was invented by Oliver Crosby, who is a mechanical engineering graduate from the University of Maine, actually in the fourth graduating class from this university. And our own Crosby Lab is named in his honor. Now, Crosby was the founder, president, and chief engineer of American Hoist and Derrick Company, a manufacturing company that created unique products for lifting and construction tasks. He is the inventor or co-inventor of 36 patents issued between 1887 and 1925. And these are primarily for hoisting devices and cable enhancements. His most well-known invention is the wire rope clamp, a device to loop a cable without losing its strength. It was marketed and sold as the Crosby clip, and it's still being sold today. And if we look at the bottom of the clip, we can actually see that it still says Genuine Crosby on the bottom. In addition, his company produced the world's first crawler-mounted crane in 1923. And of course, crawler-mounted cranes are essential for almost every steel erection project, and we have a crawler-mounted crane out on our construction site.
Wow, that's a great story, Dana. What a piece of history for the university and for the state of Maine. And he was from Dexter, Maine, I understand, which is pretty cool. Just down the road from me, where I grew up, in Milo.
A good Piscataquis County native, just like you. Let's put it in the time capsule and sign the beam.
Okay.
President Joan Freeney-Mundy was also among the VIPs to sign the beam. Dr. Freeney-Mundy is a leading researcher in mathematics education and STEM education policy. She became president of the University of Maine and University of Maine at Machias in July of 2018. Joan came to UMaine from the National Science Foundation in Washington, D.C., where she was the chief operating officer. Throughout the COVID-19 crisis, Joan has offered insightful and proactive leadership for our students, faculty, staff, and state, making UMaine one of the safest places in our country to study.
Hello, I'm Joan Freeney-Mundy, president of the University of Maine and the University of Maine at Machias. I'm thrilled to be part of this celebration, the placing of the final structural steel beam in the Ferland Engineering Education and Design Center. Many thanks to the dedicated people who've been constructing this magnificent 105,000 square foot, 3-story center since May 2020. Thanks to them as well for following COVID-19 health and safety guidelines during construction and helping to keep the campus healthy. This is a fantastic day for the entire UMaine community. We've enjoyed seeing the daily progress made on the center, and we eagerly await its completion. When the Ferland Center is dedicated in August 2022, it will provide amazing opportunities for collaborative, cross-discipline learning and cutting-edge research-based innovation. It will help us meet the state's engineering workforce needs and enrollment demands for UMaine's sought-after engineering programs. Together with the multi-university Maine College of Engineering, Computing, and Information Science, which will be made possible by a $75 million gift that's part of the Harold Alfond Foundation's $240 million commitment to the University of Maine system, we will lead statewide economic growth and problem solving. This Ferland Engineering Education and Design Center will be transformative for students, researchers, the university, the state of Maine, and far beyond. In addition to serving engineering majors, the center will house the Biomedical Engineering Program and Department of Mechanical Engineering, as well as teaching laboratories for the Mechanical Engineering Technology Program. We expect this facility to attract innovators and scholars from around the world. Members of the UMaine class of 2023 will complete their senior capstone projects within the expansive Student Design Center suite. And 5 technology-rich classrooms will promote active learning and inquiry and be available to students in all academic programs across campus, which will bolster student success and retention. The light-filled center also will be one of the numerous highlights for prospective students and their families on campus tours, and it will host youths taking part in UMaine's many STEM outreach programs. UMaine Engineering has a superb tradition of preparing students to be exceptionally qualified when they enter the workforce, and that preparation includes internships and co-op experiences with employers in Maine and around the country. This facility will be instrumental in helping prepare tomorrow's leaders in Maine and beyond. We look forward to the innovative ideas and solutions that our students and faculty will create in collaboration with our industry partners. I too want to thank the state of Maine, Jim and Eileen Ferland, and the many contributors, as well as the frontline construction workers who have safely brought us to this milestone. I now welcome Chancellor Dan Malloy, who is leading the University of Maine System's effort to unify Maine's public universities in collaborative service to the students and people of Maine.
Hello, I'm Dan Malloy, the Chancellor of the University of Maine System. And boy, am I happy to be with you today. Today, we're topping off a building which is really a cornerstone of our reinvention of our engineering program throughout the state of Maine. Thanks to the hard work of so many people, the money has been raised to bring this about. And particularly, I want to thank the Ferlands for their generous support. I also want to point out that the legislature, on a bipartisan basis, committed $50 million to this project, and we are forever grateful. I've referenced that this is the beginning, not the end. We have a lot of work to do to make sure that we are producing for Maine the human capital that the state needs, and most particularly in the field of engineering, computing, and technology. I'm happy to be part of this because we are making real progress, and we're making progress really because so many of you are part of what we're doing. Have a great day.
Ferland Engineering Education and Design Center will be the focal point for engineering education at the University of Maine. I expect that every engineering student will be in the building at least once a day, be it for a class, a laboratory session, to build their senior class project, to seek extra help from one of their favorite professors, use one of the 12 team meeting rooms, or to have a cup of coffee in the student commons. Presently, a 120-ton capacity crane will hoist the topmost beam into place. 2 of my former students, Matt Tonello, Director of Operations and Project Executive for Consigli, Maine, and Ray Bolduc, Principal of WBRC Architects and Engineers, will join us for this play-by-play.
Thanks a lot, Dana. I'm Matt Tonello, Consigli, class of 1994.
And I'm Ray Bolduc, civil engineering class of 1990. Looks like the topping off is ready to begin.
So, as we get ready to watch the beam be hoisted, I think we could all recognize some of the challenges that the team has faced to get us here today. Back when you started planning this project and when it was in design, COVID wasn't on our radar screen. And despite what 2020 threw us, it's great to see that the project's been taken by a great team of construction professionals, design professionals, to bring us here where we are at this great milestone, and to keep us on time, on budget, and most importantly, safe.
That's right, Matt. Today's topping off shows great momentum, and this project is picking up over the past several months. This progress is a testament to the entire team members based on them doing a great job from the university leadership to the subcontractors.
And not to mention the fact that we've had over 78 former University of Maine grads and current students working on the project up to today. And as we get ready to start the beam hoisting, I'm going to just start with a little bit of color commentary with a couple stats that we're super proud of. Today's the 243rd day of an accident-free work environment, and we've had 71,625 injury-free work hours.
Certainly, Matt, safety is a top priority for everyone.
Okay, now it's time to raise the beam. Let's give the signal to the crane operator. Hoist away!
I want to be able to, while the beam's going up, I want to give a shout out to a couple of our subcontractors. The building sits on an incredible foundation of 3,875 yards of concrete supplied by Owen Folsom. Concrete foundations have been put in place. Great foundation we got with Dennis Giles. And we've got Arc Erecting doing a great, safe job erecting Ocean Steel's incredibly fabricated structure.
As Dana mentioned earlier, I'd like to give a special shout out to the design team as well of WBRC and Ellsworth. We had countless hours preparing documents for making this project a reality, and working with the university staff as well. So we're looking forward to the project as it moves forward, especially the building is going to start taking shape with the installation of the brick, facades, the storefront, curtain wall, as well as the skylight. So we're looking forward to that as well.
So Ray, just to put a few more numbers to this, we count 92,000 bricks that are going to be in this building, 130,000 pounds of sheet metal, 19,500 feet of mechanical piping, and 400,000 linear feet of wire.
Yeah, Matt, there's also 80,000 linear feet of conduit, 50,000 feet of piping, 3,500 control points, as well as 1,100 linear feet of piping feeding to the utility plant.
And this last beam is the last of the 670 tons of structural steel, and it's going to be bolted up with one of the 21,000 bolts that are supporting this last symbolic beam.
Let's not forget, the project also included the demolition of the old machine tool lab this past spring. It's a place both of us remember, walking back and forth from Boardman to Barrows during our time here.
What are they doing up there, Dana?
Okay, looks like they're getting close. They've got one of them has got his jimmy bar out. He's getting ready to take and pry that last beam into place. Yeah, there we go. We're getting close. Yeah, making the final adjustments there. Yeah, slowly getting lowered down. Okay, getting very close there. Yeah, looks like they've got one bolt at one end, putting on the nut, getting ready to put a nut in the opposite end. Taking out the jimmy bar. Not quite. Oh, now they're putting in a spud wrench. Getting the final alignment there. Okay, put the jimmy bar away.
So it looks like they're almost done. This
Yeah,
is
very close. Like another bolt there.
incredibly exciting day for us.
Absolutely.
Long time coming.
Yeah, indeed. This is actually year 8 for me on this project.
You're right. Wow. A lot of trips around the country.
A lot of meetings.
Yes, and great meetings, especially with these two folks right here.
And well, once this beam is directed, things are really going to start coming together.
Yes.
We'll start enclosing the building.
Okay.
Interesting, we started the project
Yes.
last summer.
Yeah.
We chose to run the concrete foundations through the wintertime. We run concrete foundations on big projects like this in Maine because it's actually easier to keep them heated than it is to try and heat an open building. We'll be putting the envelope up in the next few months.
So it looks like we got the final beam in place. That's awesome. Great job to the construction crew. So thank you so much for joining us for this beam topping celebration for the Ferland Engineering Education and Design Center. I look forward to seeing you all in person at the dedication ceremony in August 2022. We'll close with the University of Maine's Time Song.